Hi, today we're making a French apple cobbler. About 2 months ago, I did make an apple cobbler, and I wasn't thrilled how it came out, so we're doing a little slightly different recipe today. I'm using 3 delicious apples. What we're going to do is we're going to slice these apples up. This is the filling. You also have a topping on it. So, nice small little slices. One or too big. Beautiful day out today. It's springtime. Oh, it's so gorgeous out there. The flowers are starting to bloom. Okay, little small pieces. We don't want to have different sizes. Yeah, this one's a little too big here. Cut this one up a little bit. I'm using my cutting board. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I'm using about 3 apples, delicious apples. Delicious apples are really great for making certain things. And we're still waiting for the strawberries to come out. They should be coming out shortly. It's just a matter of time when they go into season. The problem is we've had some very cold weather the last couple of weeks. Okay, so we have to hope that the fruit wasn't harmed, because there's a lot of stuff I could actually make with summer fruit, but we can't do it right now because unfortunately we're just not in season yet. Okay, all right, we're cutting this up. I'm going to start the filling. I'm adding in 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. It's just going to make it really good filling. Oh, it's not going to be overly sweet. It's going to be really good. Now, also want to add in some ground cinnamon. I'm going to add in, let's see, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Apples and cinnamon tend to get along like buddies. Did you know that? Okay. Okay, I wish some of the other fruits would come out already, but there's nothing we can do about it. Here we go. I also want to add in, close this real fast, that's my oven. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm adding in a teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Pastor Nick, I promise you I will make you a spinach dip in the next couple of days. All right, Pastor? I missed you today in church. I hope you're okay. Pastor Nick is a great friend of mine at church, and he wants me to make him a spinach dip, and I've been promising him, and I haven't been able to get around to it yet. So let's mix this together before we add in the water and the butter. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to add in is a 1/4 cup of water, just a little bit of water. This will get some juices going. Okay, we're going to let this sit for a few minutes while we do the topping in a minute. Okay, it's a little watery, but that's okay. This is going to become fantastic when it starts cooking. Now we're going to add in some butter, soft butter, unsalted. Okay, this is going to melt with this. It's going to be really good. Mix this together, and we're going to let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes while we do the next step. Okay, we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to do the next step. All right, I'm now adding in for the topping. This is going to be the topping that you have on an apple cobbler. It's like sort of like how can I explain it? Like biscuits, but it's not biscuits. All right, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of flour. I'm adding in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking. I have to wash this spoon, folks, because the cinnamon got on the spoon, and I don't want to put my spoon into the baking powder, and we have a mixture that doesn't really come out very good. I'm adding in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Whenever you make something and you accidentally have to use a spoon for something like cinnamon, cloves, anything, make sure before you put it into baking powder or anything else, you wash it. Okay. Okay. Now we need also to put in is about 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. See? And 1 fresh farm egg. Go. Let me just use my big spoon for this, because this is going to turn into like a little bit of a dough. It's going to become a dough, and I'm going to be using my hands in a minute. See what's happening to it? It's becoming a little doughy now. Get busy. Let me get my hands with some flour on it. thing you always do when you handle dough, make sure your hands have flour on it, because what can happen is my hands are warm. I can still see it sticking a little bit. Let me get a little bit more flour. Okay. And it sticks to your hands. It's a real problem. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the apple mixture. Oh, it's perfect. This is what we want. It's nice and thick. It's juicy now. Oh, it's going to be great. This is going into this cake pan. I made sure the cake pan is also smaller. Oh, we got some great juice here. Pour it in here. It's going to be so good. Oh. Okay, now what we have to do now is we have a wasp in here. Yes, folks, we had a wasp in here. And I don't know where these little devils come from. I guess he wants to sign a contract with Deborah Wade's Home Country Kitchen. So the next thing I make is going to be something with honey in it. I guess I'm due to make a honey cake. Okay, now rolling these biscuits up. Now what's going to happen is, keep this in mind, these guys are going to spread. I also have a habit of sticking to my hands. I don't know why. I did put flour on my hands. Camel lady, I need you to open the flour for me. I need to get more flour on my sticky hands. Oh, okay. Wash this stuff off my hands. The problem is when you make a dough, it often gets very sticky. I don't know why. And it sticks to my hands. So I've got to get a little bit more. It doesn't stick to me. Because when you have flour on your hands, it won't stick as much. Okay, we're going to spread it out. And these guys should definitely spread. Here we go. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. You ever get an eggshell in something, do not panic. It happened to me one time. I went to a restaurant and somehow there was an eggshell. Oh, this doesn't want to unglue my hands. I gotta keep putting flour on my hands. I don't know what else to say. Oh, this is awful. For some reason it's very sticky today. Must be the humidity or something in the air. Alright, here we go. Now what's going to happen is these guys are going to spread all over the place. Right. Little one here. We don't have that much left. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to put them in the oven. And we're going to let it cook for about 15-20 minutes. And these guys are going to be spreading. This is great. And here we have a great apple cobbler. It's great served with whipped cream. You can serve it with a little bit of ice cream. Look how beautiful that is. A great French apple cobbler. I call this a French apple cobbler. It's slightly different than the one I made last time. It definitely came out really good because I really concentrated on it. And this is what we have. Homemade apple cobbler from Deborah Wade's Home Country Kitchen. Serve it with whipped cream, ice cream, and you'll have a really great treat. Have a great and wonderful day from Deborah Wade's Home Country Kitchen, and please subscribe to my show.